Airclips.com.
We're here at Pickle Lake with a very interesting operation run by the airline Wasaya Airlines. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Wasaya Airways, yes.
Wasaya Airways, sorry. Yep. We will have the great privilege and honor of joining one of the flights of one of your still active Hawkers. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
And that is tail number LTC.
Yes.
And right now it's already flying with the crew under the command of Captain Kyle. And this will be your captain tomorrow as well on our filming flight. The fleet of Wasaya is quite diverse. You have ATRs now, you have Dash 8. I came in on a Beech 1900D this morning, Caravan, and you know whatsoever.
We do passenger, the company does fuel, it does freight. Anything you can think of that's household items actually gets shipped into on a Hawker. It goes boats and skidoos and quads and all like beds and furniture, all the food. Everything you can think of, it actually gets shipped out through here. The Hawker is a very unique aircraft. It's one of those aircraft that can carry a lot of weight, and because of the gravel runways and the conditions that the company operates in, because in Pickle Lake and north of here, winters get very cold, very harsh. You know, minus 25, minus 30 plus wind chill is not uncommon here.
Wow.
A lot of newer aircraft with all the avionics and electronics and stuff. Yes, we have lots of problems. The Hawker being as old as it is,
it's robust.
It can go, and it actually works well for us for the conditions that we put it in. The weight on it is not as much as an ATR 72. It's down a little bit for the payload weight on it, but the aircraft does very well.
Captain Kyle, First Officer Carey, thank you very much for spending some extra minutes after a very long working day, I guess, right?
Yes, it was fairly long. Not as long as we normally go, but it's good to be back, and I'm glad we got some daylight to film.
Thank you very much for having us. And the reason why I'm bothering you even after a long working day now is that tomorrow morning it may get very squeezed, the timing may get very tight, so we don't really have time for filming the walk around tomorrow. And so what do?
We'll do it now.
Great idea.
I'm going to show you what we normally do for a walk around. It'll be a vague one, but just to give you an idea of what I look for before we go flying. Come along. We're looking for anything that's maintenance might have done, or if animals have been around, anything you're looking for that might be off the plane. These are F panels. These can be removed so you can get up there and work on the guts of the plane. I'm just making sure everything's at least semi-secure, looking pretty good and not going to fly away. I check my doors. This is the scissors that give us nose wheel steering here. Always got to pull my pins. We don't want to get in the air and not have the gear come up. So pull your pins. You want to have all three by the time you're done the walk around. That's the main thing. Come around, you're looking at the overall condition. One of the big things I find is when you're doing a walk around is you get used to what's normal. So if you pay attention to things, when they're abnormal, you're gonna see it and it's gonna say, I don't know specifically what's wrong, but something's wrong. So if you pay attention and keep the same habits with the same routines, that's what helps you in the long run. You say something's wrong, I don't know, I'm gonna look further into detail. And that's what really helps when you're doing a walk around. So big things with the Hawker is there is hinges here. There has been accidents with this flap coming over. It causes a lot of drag if this flips open. You don't want that. So I'd take a basic glance, look at the plane. Now I'm facing the engine. Again, clips. Clips are a big thing, making sure all the compartments are closed. anyone that's working on the plane or if anything's happened to the plane, this is when I'm going to see it. You see the red things, that's where we could extinguish a fire from the exterior if we needed to. Coming around, this is our prop. It's a direct drive engine. It's a Rolls-Royce Dart. I believe it's the 534 mod, but don't quote me on that. Yes, it is, Carrie says. Again, same thing as the other side. Looking for any hatches open, anything that is leaking more than normal. The Hawker is an old plane, so it is going to be dirty and there is going to be drips. That's just it's the nature of the beast, I guess. Yeah, so overall condition, we have our hydraulic glass in here, a little sight glass. That's something unique about this plane, I suppose. And that will show when the plane's pressurized and the amount of fluid in there by its tell. And, you know, condition of my lights in the front. I always give the clamshell doors a little squeeze. Not sure why, but that's what I do. From here I can see whether the fuel cap is down. So I usually check the condition of the wing. Stall warning system up there, checking the condition of that. Landing lights are stowed. We have strange landing lights on this. They actually swing down. You probably saw that on the intro video when I pulled in, stowing those away. Never seen that before, but it's something cool on this plane, and the lights are fun to play with on this plane. Looking at the side of the plane, obviously these planes get towed around, they get shoved in small hangars. You never know, you get hangar rash, you hit something, like mistakes always happen. So as a pilot, you always want to check things before you go flying. The cables and pulleys in here, this is all cables and pulleys. This isn't electronical at all. There's no electronics or hydraulics that are going to move your control surfaces on this. The gear doors, we run these things mostly on gravel strips, so the gear, it gets probably the worst beating of it all. So good condition of the gear, checking the doors, making sure they're not coming off, pulling my second pin. By the end we're going to have 3. Again, F panels, this is where you can access the belly, the guts, rotating beacon there. It's got a cage on it because again, we're on gravel. That nose wheel kicks up a lot of stones. Coming up here, we have water methanol. This is to give us more power. More power. I should say, it brings us to a lower density so we can have more power from the engines during takeoff or while landing if we needed to go around. Okay, back around this side, alternate static source is clear. Overall condition of the tail. Static wicks are all intact. Again, looking at the hinges, lights are there. Spring tab, trim tab. This is a super tanker, so this plane is only used for hauling fuel. So there's no door at the back here. It's just a tiny little hole. We throw the hoses actually in and out of there. That's what this is used for. So you just give that a smack, make sure she's secure. We're unpressurized, so it's not so critical that the doors are secured like they would be on a pressurized aircraft. We're just making sure that it is locked in place and properly. This is actually the position when we land, we will pull a stop, and we don't have reverse on this plane. This is basically our boards. Our props go flat, and that's going to keep us on the ground. When we're committed to landing, we land, we pull the FFPS lever, and that will put our blades to a 0 pitch. And that's how we slow down, then we use braking, and then that's how we stop on the runway. We don't have reverse or all that fancy stuff. We get by on this. I just come over here to look at the Rolls-Royce patch.
That's great.
You didn't say we get by on our good looks?
I couldn't say it.
Come on.
This is normally a single point for refueling. It would look like this is how we would fuel our wings for our engines to go where we want to go. But this is not. This plane is actually fitted with our long-range tip tanks on our wings are not used for our engine fuel. This is used for payload because we haul fuel with this plane. It's a super tanker. This is where we connect a single point and we put the payload in there. So we can choose which wingtip we want to go into and we can fill them with payload as well as the bladder that you'll see inside eventually. And that allows us to take more than our 0 fuel weight because it's not in the cabin. I got to finish up cleaning up, do some paperwork. I just got off work. We're going to be continuing again tomorrow, so you best believe I'm going to be doing this exact thing again tomorrow. So Carrie, you can go ahead and put those back in.
Thank you.
Patrick's going to be installing cameras on the plane, and tomorrow, gosh, I gotta go home, eat, you know, rest, and then we're gonna be back to work, but for you guys it'll be a blink in the eye, so enjoy.
Hello guys, so my name's Courtney. As you can see, this is not the plane we're here for today. Wrong plane, wrong pilot. I won't be flying the Hawker, but there may be a little something to go along with it. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of my free flight checks here. This is our Cargo 100-8, so one of the few package freighter -8s in the world. So what we say, we fly it, we do fuel and cargo with it. So today we're going to be doing fuel along with the Hawker. And I'll do my checks right now, and then we'll just see what today brings, because it could be very exciting.
Right now.
Okay, so your seat's here.
Yep.
So you just gotta lower it slowly so it doesn't slam. Okay, perfect.
That's usually when people slam it, I guess.
Yeah, that's the drop, right.
You probably are still puzzled what's going on here, and you don't know this gentleman yet, I guess. That's Alex, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alex and Courtney, thank you very much for taking us.
Yeah, no problem.
And what we are trying to do is a little bit of air-to-air photography of our lovely Hawker here.
Yes.
And that is awesome. Thank you very much.
No problem. We're excited to do it.
Looking forward.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello to you, and hello to all of you watching at home. We're just about to get started here. Our -8 here is starting up, and once they're out here, we'll grab that GPU and follow them out off runway 27 Pickle Lake here.
Okay, Alex, let's go below the line.
Okay. Nose, main gear pins.
Are pushed in, stowed.
Fuel quantity, fueling light.
3200, lights out.
Doors.
Closed.
Anti-collision.
Red.
Restrict fan.
Off.
Clear signal. Clear on 2.
Clear 2. Turn in 2. Okay, clear 1, start 1.
Withdrawn.
Throttles.
Closed.
HP cocks.
Off.
Parking brake.
Is set and with pressure. I'll get you to give a pump actually, just to, we've been sitting here for a while.
Get a couple.
There goes the -8.
Get my workout for the day here.
Yeah. Look pretty good.
Here comes our GPU here, so we'll Wait for that to get connected. And the batteries are on and we're good to start. He's got a phone call here.
Landing clear, turn in 2. Good. Turn 1. Batteries on and disconnect. Okay, pressure's good.
My yoke?
Your yoke.
Let's do it.
Auto feather out.
Set takeoff fire.
Take off fire set.
Any major malfunction will reject on my call. At or above V1, we're going to treat as an in-flight emergency. We'll be visual back for runway 27, and if we need more time, we'll go to BOAF. We're going to be above landing weight.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Probably line up here and let them get established.
Yep.
Just let them know that we're stopping.
Auto Bay Radio, Wasaya 01, we're lining up runway 27. We'll call your one.
Wasaya 01, roger.
Level off.
IS, flap 0, climb fire. Turn left turn.
I'll do a short flight checklist.
Yep, give her.
Then a gear up and indicating flap 0 set indicating auto feather off. Hydraulic system 7 up, flare taxi lights off. Bleed air on max. Nav mode. Ox landing applicable. West ramp set.
It's a good start.
Good start. That's what I said. It's a win right away.
Yeah. The little victories.
Go ahead, locks.
Lux. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
5 and 6 on the bottom. (101, 106), wet and wild.
Let's go. Six lights are out, 15,000. There's 80 knots.
80. Dry power.
Dry power.
Oh, nice to get some airflow in here.
There's 400 feet.
Roger, I will take flaps up.
Flaps coming up.
And 815, you guys look great.
1,000 feet. In the turn.
Roger.
Just coming up off here right now, slowly.
Really cool to see.
Coming up now.
Perfect, just perfect.
Is it working?
Absolutely perfect.
Cool.
The other window doesn't work. This is why I have to work from the front.
Yeah, no worries.
Excellent. We try to go a bit higher up.
Yeah, you want to get above them?
Yep.
Sure.
Distance was excellent. Yep.
Looking good.
Whenever you could get a bit more to the front.
To the front.
A bit more line up with them.
Yep. Let's get some shots kind of down on you here.
Perfect. Perfect. Keep it, please.
Yep.
Pretty low on time here now with the marginal weather ahead.
Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna break off here soon. Just getting the last couple shots. Did you want us to go in first? Yeah, we'll go in first. I'll drop behind you and under you.
Roger.
Thumbs up, leave all the crew members here some nice comments, please. They look forward to it, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and make sure you're not missing out on any of our new releases here on Airclips.com.
Alright, we'll follow you. Okay, grab the weather.
So we'll be trying to to land first or the Hawker?
We're going to try to land first.
Okay.
If all goes according to plan, hopefully we can let you out and you'll be able to catch their landing.
Okay, thank you. That's
Yeah.
a nice plan.
Set, so Gen 6, auto sync.
That's off.
Let's,
Hey, helicopter down there, Moscow Dam 122, it's Wasaya 41. Go ahead. Where do you got the bottom of the ceiling there at? I'm coming up from North Caribou and it's about 100 feet off the ground. Mist and just kind of thick in spots, but then clear in others. Seems to be a big blanket right now. Yeah, it really does. It's not going anywhere either, it seems like. Not really, no.
Well, doesn't sound too great, but we'll do the best we can.
yep, go in, go down, see what we see.
Oh well, do what we do.
That's all we can do. Control the weather.
Gear down.
Speed checks.
Just 3 miles back from the
Check speed checks. Gear down. Trimmers up and land checks and waterman.
what a mess. Land checks. Fuel trimmers are coming up to 80 and 85. Radar.
That's off. 100 to left.
Check. Minimums.
Minimums.
No contact. Just approach. Takeoff power. Confirm flat 15.
Takeoff power SEP. File 15, positive rate.
Gear up. Thank you.
Say 15 is in the mist, Kingfisher.
5 degrees or so. So 1.5 will be at 1380, which is our minimum. So we're coming up on
Say again?
1380
500.
feet. Minimums, I got nothing in sight.
Roger. Go around.
Go.
Max power. Trims are up.
Max power's up. There's wet power. Check. My throttles, and we're fine.
Positive rate. You're up. Gear, 1 gear's in the well, which is now I'll take flap 15.
Speed's good, flat 15.
And we'll cycle that to the next waypoint.
Roger. 6-7 traffic, Kingfisher Lake, Wasaya 801's the missed approach, runway 12. Will be southbound Pickle Lake.
Through 24, I'm going to turn to the right if you can get me direct Pickle Lake when you're ready. 1,000 to go.
1,000 to go.
I went to flight school at Sault College in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. 3-year program there. Graduated 2016 and came straight up here. And I started on the ground for a year, flew the Caravan kind of part-time as an apprentice pilot, first officer, and then was awarded Hawker-Siddeley 748 first officer. I did that for 2 years, and then I moved back to Caravan to get my my PIC time in the left seat, and I flew the Caravan as a captain for 2 years. And then the Hawker had its pull, and I came back on the Hawker in the left seat, and I've been doing that for over a year now in this position.
That's about the path I want to follow too. I'm hoping to get left seat in the Caravan in the near future here. So we can see how it goes, and maybe someday this thing, I don't know. The timeline for these Hawkers is pretty fluid. We have ATR 72s on the way. It's sort of the way of the future here.
Way of the future.
So they say. So
with the milk. Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see what happens here.
But you got to get the time when you can. This plane it's amazing to fly, and it's something that it's not going to be around for long. So it's definitely a privilege to be in this position to be able to do this, especially with the beautiful country that we fly in. It's quite amazing.
So the Hawker also didn't make it?
Yeah,
Yep.
they also went missed. So
Oh.
they're going to be right behind us coming back to Pickle Lake.
Okay.
Yeah. So now what we do is usually we'll go back, we'll work out a plan, and then probably head somewhere else with better weather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I'm planning my vacations actually.
Yeah.
Courtney, how did you get into aviation? Now that we have time to chat.
I don't know. I didn't really have a plan on what I wanted to do after high school, so I always wanted to fly and do my private license. Decided I was going to do that and just kind of fell in love with it. So I kept going from there, did my private, my commercial, multi-IFR, and then Wasaya is the first company really that I flew commercially at, so I started on the ground here.
What did you do?
Throwing boxes.
Cool.
Just, yeah, working on the ramp. We helped load the airplane, so we'd help load the Hawker, we'd help load the dash, caravan. Did that for about a year.
Yeah. Everything you saw the ground guys do.
That's what they do.
That's how it starts. You started like that as well, Alex?
Yeah. Here's my first commercial fly.
You started on these aircraft already on the dash, or?
Yeah. So we actually have quite a large fleet for the size of our company. So we have a lot of different aircraft. So I've flown quite a few at the company. I've flown PC-12 and 1900.
PC-12.
Yeah. So it's a good company for that because you can really get an experience flying different things without having to leave. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were just talking to other planes. There's no air traffic control up here unless you go up to 18,000 feet or higher. This is all uncontrolled airspace. Which I know for some of you watching in some places in the world, you might be thinking that's insane, but that's how it's like in northern Canada. It's all pilot-to-pilot communication. In Pickle Lake, there's a radio, mandatory frequency, like a radio operator. They're remote. They're located in Thunder Bay, which is about 500 kilometers south of Pickle Lake. And they give traffic advisories, let you know the weather, but they are not an actual control unit. We are still the ones calling airborne, negotiating with the other planes, sort of how we're going to file in.
Thunder Bay Radio, Wasaya 815, starting local final. We'll call you down at there.
Never 1050. Landing check.
Checks.
You didn't get a final call, is it?
Yeah, I got one. There's +10. BAe 50 knots.
Trail locks on. After landing check.
Thunder Bay Radio, we'll say it's your 1, turning final 27.
Let's see, 1, roger. Report down, clear.
801 loco. We're stable on approach here.
Minimum.
Visual.
I agree.
Plenty of room.
Rear runway landing, full flap and flaps.
Full flap is running, zeroed up, through green, coolers on auto, flaps are full and indicated. We're about +15 right now.
200.
It's 10. It's 12. 10. 5. There's your numbers. 6 lights are on, temperatures are stable. Flight pool. Roger.
Flaps, locks, afters.
This airport's basically an aviation museum,
Yeah.
but all the museum pieces are still working.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's pretty cool. See some interesting.
Still making money, still flying.
You never quite know what's gonna show up at Pickle Lake.
Let those Rolls-Royce darts scream and let them idle here.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pickle Lake. Hope you enjoyed your round trip there.
Round trip, Kingfisher and back with no stops. Go ahead.
Parking brake
is on and with pressure.
Radio master.
Coming on.
Altimeter heat.
That's off unless you're cold.
Generators.
2 off.
HPs.
2 off.
Guys, one very, very important thing. Thumbs up, leave some nice comments please for our fantastic crew here. Subscribe to Air-Clips.com, I'm sure you have done that, otherwise you end up in hell. Well, it's never too late, you can still do it today. And really big thanks to you and the whole team of Wasaya Airways. It was a very condensed, intense, lovely experience.
It certainly was.
Yes, thank you for coming all the way here to Pickle Lake. It was a pleasure.
Yes, Patrick, thank you so much for coming. It's great to have this kind of exposure in the Hawker-Siddeley 748, as this plane isn't flying that much, and the way you do your clips is amazing. You're obviously very talented in your own work, so I'm pleased that I could be a part of this, Carrie and I, and you could come all the way. How far you traveled is crazy for the short amount of time that you're here, but I'm happy that it worked out, and there's so many things that could have prevented this, but here we are. We got a trip, you got some footage, and I hope that you can put it together and make it look amazing. So thank you so much, and we have a little gift for you.
Yeah, you're in the cockpit.
Not many people in the world will have this hat.
Whoa.
But here is 748 Hawker hat for you.
748 hat
freshly
for me.
Printed.
Okay, well, now I would be, you know, I will send you some by mail because this really looks snotty after a day of intense work.
Yeah, no kidding.
You wouldn't want that one.
No, we know it.
Just goes into the corner, but this one here, I have to put it on.
Yes, enjoy.
Straight.
We're both wearing ours, 748. We love this plane, so this is an honor to have all this equipment here and let you do your thing. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We appreciate
much.
it.
Thank
it was
you
awesome.
so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank
you
you
so much. Fantastic to work with you.
Airclips.com